welcome to day 84 of my 100 Days of Webflow journey. Today we're gonna rebuild a replica of the Apple Mac Mini website using client first on Webflow. Now I'm getting a lot of comments, a lot of requests on how to structure the website, how to build the website well, how to have variables, how to use the style guide. So we're gonna go over this step by step over the next few episodes. We're gonna rebuild the Apple Mac Mini website. Today we're gonna use the style guide and apply the styles that are on that website. Tomorrow we're gonna continue with the building of the layout, and then we're gonna continue on that fine-tuning, adding animations, doing everything step by step. So without further ado, let's get to this. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned on this 100 Days of Webflow journey. Let's go. So today we're gonna build this website on Webflow. We're gonna use client first for the styles, and basically for today we're just gonna copy the styles and apply them on the style guide. Tomorrow we're gonna build more on the website. We're gonna also try to, maybe if we have time, we do some of the layout, but let's get to it. Now first, I cloned the client first with variables, the one I have prepared before, and I'm gonna set up the styles to match those of the Apple website. So let's do that. So first thing, we can use the inspect tool. There are tools that you can use as well, but I will just use the inspect tool to quickly go over the styles. Now you can use the select and you can quickly see, the font size. In this case, it's 32. I don't know if you can see this pop up, but this is a 32 font size. This is an H1. You can see it's H1 in purple. That means it's an HTML H1. So this can help us structure our H1 right away. So if we see, so it's H1 is 32, and we're not going to use the font because it's an Apple font. And by the way, I'm not associated with Apple. I'm just doing this for demonstrational purposes. Now you see, we just take the size. It says 32. We divide it by 16 and we just get 2 rems. So this is the H1. And let's continue. This is an H2. This is a 96. So H2 will be 96. The container sizes. So if we go to container element, content element, we can see the max width. So the max width is 980. And if we see here, the max width can be grid container. So the max width is 1390. So let's set up our container. So our container large will be 1390. So let's say 86, and our container medium will be 980. All right, so let's do that. This is 980 divided by 16, so it's 61. Okay, so we continue. Let's see the styles. This is an 80 text size, so maybe we can create a new style. This can be text, just a text that is heading large. Just name it heading large, and this will be heading large. This will not be this variable, it will be a new variable that will be 80 divided. So we'll name this variable heading large, and it will be 5 pixels. The height of it will be 1, just 1, and it will be bold. Let's just make it semi-bold. All right, so this is supercharged by. Let's continue to see some sizes. So 19, for example, this can be text size medium. So what is text size medium? Let's say 19 divided by 16, it will be 1.185. What is this? This is 28. 28 can be text size large. 1.75. And what else do we have? This 21. So maybe we can create another one. We can call this semi-large. We can do that. And then we will disconnect this. We will call this text size semi-large. And we will disconnect the variable. We will add 21 divided by 16 rems. That will be 1.31. 21 divided by 16. Okay, let's add this. So this is text size semi-large. All right, so let's continue. Now we have this 32 size. We can say this is an H3 size. What is H3? So 32 divided by 16, it's 2 rems. So that's set. We have this 21 we already did, 32 we did, 28 we did, 17. Maybe this can be text size small, no regular. 16 can be 16, it's okay. So 16 is good. 19. Okay, maybe small can be 16. So 1 rem, and this can be 19. So 19 divided by 16, so 1.185. Oh, this is 19. Okay, so let's go back. Let's just keep it like that. Let's continue. So what is this one? 21 we already did, 19 we did, 28, 64. I don't think we have that. 64. Let's create one heading, medium, and this will be heading medium, and it will be 64. Let's disconnect this to have one, and let's add this as a variable. So heading medium. All right, so we have, I think everything is looking good. This is 80, 28, 19, 28, 19, 21. So we have everything looking good. Now we can delete the other ones that we're not going to use. This is good to keep your style guide clean. So for example, I don't think we used an H4 or an H5 or an H3. We can delete it from here as well. It's just to keep your style guide neat. So we can, we didn't even affect, let's change all paragraphs to be 19. Yes, so this is good. We didn't use any of these. All links, maybe we'll use it during the build. So we can come back to that. We're gonna use some of these. We can maybe make it also during the build. This will be 19, just to make sure that we have this followed. And yeah, this is looking okay for now. We can style also the buttons. Let's do that. Let's style the buttons. So we have, I think, 2 types of buttons. And we have this button here. So we have, this is the primary button. We don't want to watch the announcement. So let's style this primary button. This is button. So it doesn't have, so this button doesn't have anything, it's just the text. So let's do that. Let's remove the background, or just remove it. Transparent. And the text color should be blue. So what is this blue? So we can get this blue color here. and let's disconnect this. Let's add this blue color, and let's add this, or we're gonna add this blue color as a variable in a bit. Let's remove the borders, and let's remove the paddings so it can be 0 everywhere. And what else we need to give it? So on hover it shows this underline, and we need to add this icon here. So let's do that. So this button on hover just have an underline, so just like that. Cool, we're good. Let's remove the border from the secondary button, even though we're gonna style it differently. But now we can start. We can get to the more complex stuff while we're building, but this is the basics. At least we have it going. So let's go back to our main page. Now in main wrapper, I'm gonna start building the sections. So I like to do sections underscore whatever the section is. So let's say header, and then build there. So what we have here, let's break this down. So we have the navbar section. So before the header, maybe a section called navbar section nav. So this will be here, and then section header, which will be this basically with the titles. So this will be here, and then we can also do the inspect. Let's inspect everything. It's just spam. Let's just have a look at how Apple does things. Okay, so we have the header section. Okay, then what is this section? Okay, hero section, and then header section. Okay, so let's call this section supercharged. So let's duplicate, let's call this section supercharge. And also let's give it a tag of section just to be able to distinguish later on. This will build a navbar, so that's not a problem. Let's continue. Okay, so next section is, I think this is all one section. So let's see. This is section header. Okay, yeah, this section chip is all one section. Let's continue. So versatility is a section. So let's add a new section. I'll call this versatility, and that's a new section. This here we have a tab which we're gonna have fun building later on. Next section is connectivity. So this is section connectivity. Let's duplicate connectivity. Let's continue. This is also a tab, so we're gonna build that too. What else? So this is connectivity. It continues with this section here, and then section accessories. And then what is this section? Section router. This is also a grid. Let's call it section grid. Section grid. And then the footer, which will have section footer. Now, also we should have done this from the beginning. We need to add the globals inside the section. So usually sections have a page padding or padding global, depending on what you name it. So padding global, for example, and this will be inside each section, as well as padding global. Okay, so what we need to do also is add the paddings and the globals. So for example, we'll have padding global. So this has some padding, and let's have also the contain. So wait, let's do this in heading. Let's take out the nav outside of the main wrapper because the nav is by itself. So let's add a container here. So container large, as we found out earlier. And then after we build padding inside it as a container large, we're just gonna duplicate this inside all the sections. Now we have all the sections ready to be built, basically. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned on the rest of this series. So we're gonna continue building the Apple Mac Mini website. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and tune in tomorrow on day 85. See you tomorrow.